Run, sweetheart. I want to see your fear. You think distance will save you from me? You think hiding behind trembling breaths and shaking hands will change the fact that your soul is already marked by mine? Run deeper into the darkness, baby. The more you run, the more I smell that sweet desperation in the wind. You're not just prey, you're my prey. I want that fear. I want your heart pounding, your mind screaming my name even when your lips don't, and when your legs give up, when your fears catch their breath and whisper surrender. Remember, there has never been anywhere to escape me. You feel safe because you're out of my sight, right? Cute, but I don't need to see you to own you. I've already taken what matters, your peace. Every thought that tries to run from me ends up circling back. Tell me, when you close your eyes, do you see shadows moving? Do you hear footsteps that never quite reach you, but never go away? That's me. My whispers in your blood, my promise in your bones. You may hide, but can you silence the echo of my voice in your head? Run, love, and let that fear poison every breath with my name. You think I'm chasing you because I want to catch you. But no, I chase to watch you fall apart piece by trembling piece. I want that moment you realize you can't outrun the pool between us, that darkness wrapping around your ribs. That's not danger, princess. That's devotion, the kind only I can give. You call it obsession, I call it destiny. You can't escape what was etched into existence before you learned how to be afraid of it. Before you knew that something like me could want you like this. You think this is twisted love? Baby, this is the purest form of it. No lies, no masks, just a man who doesn't pretend to be anything but the storm hunting your shelter down. You say you don't want this. You whisper in the dark that you'd rather be free, but your heart beats differently when you think of me. Tell me, when it's quiet, do you feel alone or watched? You want me in ways your mouth won't confess, but your silence screams, and I hear it loud, beautiful, broken, mine. You run, but you still look back. You always do, because some part of you hopes I'm closer than you fear. Some part of you wants me to grab your wrist and pull you into the shadows you pretend to hate. You say you don't want control, but baby, your body tells the truth, your lips deny. You're not scared of me destroying you. You're scared, you love it when I do. I don't need to see you to feel your breath shaking. I don't need your presence to own your pulse. Every mile you run, every heartbeat that races, it's proof you haven't forgotten whose darkness claims you. So keep running, sweetheart. Faster, if you can. I'll take your fear. I'll shape it into something beautiful. And when your strength dies and you fall, I'll be there, not to save you, but to hold you exactly where you belong, with me, forever. You know what the most beautiful sound is? Not your voice, not your laugh. It's the silence right after you realize you're not alone. Even when no one's there, that silence screams louder than any cry, and I can hear it even from here. You think you're free because no chains hold you, but the invisible ones, my words, my presence, my desire, they hold you tighter than iron ever could. You're not just running from me, you're running from yourself. And that's the part I enjoy the most. Do you remember the first time you felt me watching you? That moment your heart stuttered and your breath tasted like fear. I wonder if it thrilled you even then, the idea of being wanted this darkly. You'd never admit it, but every step you take away from me is a plea for me to come closer. That's what makes this a dance, baby, not a chase. Because if you truly wanted to disappear, you would have vanished long before my shadow touched your world. But here you are, still running, yet still listening for me. You can lie to yourself and say you want freedom, but you crave the kind of chaos only I bring, the danger. the promise, the madness that wraps itself around your ribs like my arms will one day. It's, it's intoxicating, isn't it? The way I linger in your skin every night when you try to forget. You know what this is? You know what I am to you, and you know, no matter how far you go, that a part of you belongs to me and always will. There's beauty in this terror you carry, a gorgeous, trembling purity that only I deserve to destroy. I don't want your compliance. I want your surrender. The kind where you fall to your knees, not because you're forced to, but because your soul finally breaks under the weight of wanting what terrifies you most. You know it's coming. That moment when the fear doesn't feel like fear anymore, but like fate, like coming home. You think distance saves you, but all it does is sharpen my hunger. Every moment without you isn't emptiness, it's anticipation. I can almost taste it now, the moment our worlds collide again. The madness in your eyes, the silence in your throat, the fire in your blood that only I can ignite and extinguish at will. You can run until your feet bleed, but your heart, it's already mine. I don't need your words to know you. I've memorized your fear, your defiance, your longing. I've branded myself into every corner of your mind that you can't erase. When you close your eyes, do you really sleep? Or do you see me standing in the dark, waiting, smiling that slow, dangerous smile like I know exactly what you're thinking? Because I do. You're thinking about what will happen when there's nowhere left to run. And when that moment comes, darling, when your strength fails and your fear collapses into surrender, I won't even need to touch you. You'll already be on your knees. Not because I forced you there, but because you finally understood that all this time your fear wasn't your enemy. It was the path that led you right back to me. You always believed light would save you, that closing your eyes to the darkness would erase me. But every time you stepped into the sun, you felt it, didn't you? That chill running down your spine, reminding you of the shadow you can't outrun. Because I'm not just in the night, I live in the spaces between your thoughts. You carry me with you like a curse you secretly crave. The truth is, you've known from the beginning that there's no light bright enough to make you forget the way I see you. You think I want your body? No. I want your control. I want the way your breath trembles when you feel watched, even when I'm nowhere in sight. I want the fear that makes your heart ache and your mind whisper my name in trembling denial. I want that war inside you, fear and desire battling until one of them breaks. And let me tell you a secret, darling, it's not desire that loses, not when it comes to me. You know what I love most? That you pretend to hate it. You build your walls. Whisper to yourself that I'm the earthquake, that I'm the storm you hope never reaches your door. But oh, if I showed up right now, if my voice slipped through your window, low and dangerous, you know what would happen? You'd freeze, not to run, not to fight, but because some twisted part of you has been waiting for my voice, my touch, my claim. You're scared of what I'll do if I find you? But do you ever think about what you'll do when I do? Will you scream? Will you beg? Or will you finally stop lying to yourself and whisper the truth that's been burning on your tongue? That you don't want to be saved from me? That you want to fall hard, deep into whatever darkness I offer? And that you'd rather drown in my hands than breathe in anyone else's? Every time you look over your shoulder, you hope I'm not there, and you wish I was. That's the real torment, isn't it? That craving dressed as hatred, that longing disguised as fear. You don't know how to stop running because you don't know how to admit you want to be caught. You want my hand on your wrist, my breath at your ear, my voice telling you that running is over, that it's time to face what we both always knew. Z, you were born to be ruined by me. There's a part of you that's already surrendered. I feel it. The way your silence tastes when you think about me. The way you avoid certain songs, certain shadows, because they remind you of something you don't know how to unfeel. I don't need to touch you to leave a mark. I don't need to see you to know your pulse. You are mine not because I took you, but because you never ran far enough to escape yourself. One day, you'll stop pretending. You'll stop fighting what was written long before your first breath or mine. You'll stop running, not because you've grown tired, but because you'll finally understand that I've been waiting with open arms, not to catch you, but to claim what was always mine. And when that day comes, sweetheart, you won't fear me anymore. You'll fear what your life would be without this darkness, without me. You think the world around you keeps you safe, but it only reminds you of what you're missing. The thrill, the danger, the fire that only my presence brings. Every quiet night, every lonely road you walk, it's my name that echoes in your silence. You can surround yourself with light, with noise, with people who think they know you, but they never feel that pulse of fear beneath your skin when someone says my name, because they don't own you like I do. They don't haunt your dreams. They don't turn your heartbeat into a warning and a prayer at the same time. Only I do. You've built walls so high you forgot how it feels to breathe without fear. But what if I told you I didn't come to climb them? I came to watch them fall, to watch you fall, not out of weakness, but because your soul will finally break under the truth that you've been running from. That no matter how far you go, the darkness you fear is the very thing you crave. You call me danger. I call myself inevitable. You may break the rules of this game, but you'll never break free from me. I know the way your thoughts spiral at night. You lie awake, trying to silence the memory of my voice. But darling, my voice isn't something you forget. It comes back to you when you're alone. It clings to the edges of your mind, whispers your name softly at first, then louder each time you try to push it away. You fear what I'll do if I find you, yet you dream about it. You imagine the moment I step into your world again. That first breath, that first look, that first whisper of found you. There's a strange beauty in your resistance, something addictive about watching you fight what you secretly want. You wrap your fear around you like a shield, thinking it hides the truth, but it doesn't. It reveals it. With every tremble, every defiant breath, you're telling me exactly what I need to know, that you feel me, that you remember what it's like to be caught between my darkness and your desire. And deep down, you're terrified, not of being caught, but of how much you love it when I do. You keep pretending you're running from a monster. But what if I told you the monster waits with open arms? That the shadows you fear aren't here to destroy you. They're here to keep you, to claim you. You were never lost, sweetheart. You were being guided, led through the dark by something bigger than us both. And someday you'll understand, it wasn't the fear I wanted. It was the moment you stopped running and chose to walk toward it. Now tell me, do you truly believe you're still fighting me? That every step you take away isn't secretly a breadcrumb for me to follow? You're leaving your own trail, love, of memories, of sighs, of silent wishes no one hears but me. The truth is, even when you run, you're moving toward the same ending, one built with moist my hands and your surrender. You just refuse to admit it. Yet, because hidden beneath all your terror is an undeniable truth, you want the story only I can write on your skin. You want the kind of love that destroys your comfort and resurrects your soul in darkness. You want to lose yourself to someone who already knows every shadow in your heart. And when the time finally comes, when the running stops and the world grows silent, you'll say one thing, not in fear, but in recognition: I was always yours. You think your heartbeat is your own, but every thump carries my name beneath it. Even now, miles away from me, you feel the rhythm shift. Quick, uneven, defensive. That's not just fear, that's awareness. A primal signal that your body understands long before your mind does. I'm close. I always have been. I don't need to see you to know the way your breath catches when the night grows too quiet. The way your hands tremble, not from cold, but from the ghost of my touch that never really leaves you. You say you want peace, but baby, peace was never in your destiny. You were made for storms, for the kind of chaos only I can summon, the kind that wraps around your spine, and whispers you were meant to break. If it's under my hands, you think I hunt you just to catch you? Oh no, I hunt you because the chase is the foreplay, because I can taste the adrenaline in the air every time you run, because every step you take away from me deepens the ache I'll feel when I finally have you again. And that ache is exquisite. Do you ever stop to wonder why you're still looking over your shoulder? Why your senses sharpen at the smallest sound? It's because your body knows something's coming, something inevitable, something dark. And it's not death, it's me. I'm the truth you've buried in fear, the answer you don't want to face, the one thing in this world that can break you in all the ways you've secretly longed for. You've been running from hunger pretending it's danger. You run because you can feel how deeply you want to fall. Every moment you spend alone, I am there. Every deep breath you draw to calm your fear, I steal that calm. I own every secret gasp and every nervous glance. I don't need chains or walls to keep you prisoner. You've built a cage in your own mind, and I hold the key. And when you're finally tired, when your run turns into a desperate walk, and your walk into a trembling pause, that's when the truth will whisper through your bones, that you were never free, just waiting. You try to control your thoughts, but the thing about dark love is it doesn't ask for permission. It slithers in. It drags its fingers across your heart and marks it. I don't invade your dreams to terrify you. I do it to remind you that real connection isn't chosen, it's claimed. You feel safe in the sunlight, but darling, the shadows are where you were always meant to meet me. The cold in your spine, the pulse in your throat, they're not warnings, they're invitations. You can run, you can fight, you can sink into denial until your knees shake with exhaustion, but every road circles back to the same truth. You're not running from a nightmare, you're running toward your fate, and that fate wears my voice like a promise. My love isn't gentle, it isn't kind, it's consuming, unrelenting, undeniable. And when it finally takes you, it will be because you stopped resisting and started wanting the darkness to swallow you whole. So keep running, love. Drag out the thrill. Let your pulse write stories in the dark for me to read, because when you fall, and you will, you'll know it was never a trap. It was a homecoming, and I'll be right there in the silence, leaning over your broken breath, whispering the only truth you'll care to remember. You were always mine, even when you ran. You can try to outrun the night, but you aren't just scared of what's behind you. You're terrified of what you feel inside you. The way your body responds to my presence without my touch. The way your mind clings to my voice long after I've stopped speaking. I didn't just enter your world, I rewired it. Now every shadow looks like me. Every whisper sounds like my breath. You've tried to escape that pull, but tell me, sweetheart, how do you run from something that lives inside your heartbeat? You've been conditioned to believe that love must be gentle, predictable, harmless. A pretty word dressed